seeing a lot of blue love out there.
We got a lot of love in this family, baby.
Of course we do.
We got a lot of love in this family. How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday. It's time for a Blue Dot family meeting. We are late. This time I can gladly say it's not our fault. We were on time. Our internet had been off for about an hour and a half. So we didn't know if it was going to come back on. And right about 7:30 or so, boom, it came back on. And so we had to get everything ready. David Robertson's in the house. Thank you, buddy. We're glad you're here. And Chuckster and Chuckster 255, Barbara Hernandez, and Oddly Wired were the first to jump in today. We appreciate it. Richard Anderson's here. And I'm glad to see Dorothy Tyndall's in there. She must be feeling a little bit better. And we're all thankful for that. Ada Brown and Buddy Davis. Hello, brothers and sisters. Boy, howdy. We're still trying to get Buddy Davis go live on this thing. We still can't do that. But I'm sure glad Mary Goodwriter is here. And anyway, we got a lot of people. Jen Morgan, Jen Locks. Woo, got a lot of Jens out there. Hey, it's Sunday, baby. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope you enjoyed your time off. We got to get ready to go back to work tomorrow and all that good shit. But it has not been a weekend without some kind of, shall we say, chaos. The chaos du jour. When Travis asked me what we're going to call this episode, and I told him we'll call it #WeAreBaltimore. Because we all need to stand up against this kind of shit, because he's also not picking on just Baltimore. It's San Francisco. It's anywhere there's a liberal Democrat in charge, liberal district. Well, he's going to start, bad mouthing them, and it's disgusting that he singled out Elijah Cummings and because he Elijah's after his ass, and Donnie doesn't like that, and Donnie wrote a tweet calling Elijah Cummings' district there, that includes Baltimore, that it was a disgusting, rodent-infested mess. And he doesn't know how anybody could live in a place like Baltimore. And boy, howdy shit. Baltimore has a few problems, but there's a lot of good and a lot of love in Baltimore. And but Donnie doesn't give a shit about that. It's a progressive district. It's Elijah Cummings' district, and that's all he needs to know. It's the black guy's district. That's what Donnie's doing. He does it all the time. And but I wanted to, the Baltimore Sun, in its editorial page, wrote a rebuke to him, which goes on quite a bit and talks to just how much of it, in layman's term, a jackass he is, in how he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it was the final paragraph, which I want to read right now, that the Baltimore Sun, and I thought it was so appropriate. After much other writing, it says, "Finally, we would not sink to name-calling in the Trumpian manner, or mere ruefully point out that he failed to spell the congressman's name correctly," which he didn't. It's Cummings, not Cumming. And we would tell the most dishonest man to ever occupy the Oval Office, the mocker of war heroes, the gleeful grabber of women's private parts, the serial bankrupter of businesses, the useful idiot of Vladimir Putin, and the guy who insisted there are good people among murderous neo-Nazis, that he's still not fooling most Americans into believing he is even slightly competent in his current post, or that he possesses the scintilla of integrity. Better to have some vermin living in your neighborhood than to be one. And I thought that was appropriate because, hey, don't throw rocks there, Donnie. If you want to talk about who's a rat, we got the biggest rat of all living in the White House. He's a scumbag. That place is going to have to be fumigated when we get his ass out of there. And I'm serious. I mean, I want that Trump crap scrubbed out of that house when we get his shit. And but yeah, it's disgusting that he uses the word infested, and that's going around on the news cycle right now, because he uses that when he's talking about communities of color. It's always infested this, infested that shit. And it goes to how he speaks to this nation. But I noticed that there's a whole lot of his critics starting to post, they say, on social media, on Twitter and all this, Republican districts that have poverty and and think people are saying, so when you think Baltimore's got problem, look where you live, asshole. And I'm glad to see that people stepping up, because that's what needs to happen. We all need to step up on this shit, because it's just another way for him to try to drive a wedge into this country. And baby, it's you and me and everybody else out there who is going to stand up again against this shit. It's the only way it's going to stop. There are a few other options which we're fixing to talk about, impeachment being one of them. But every day we see this go down a rabbit hole, just down the sewer is really where it is. We got Dan Coates, the director of national intelligence. He's stepping down, mainly because he testified not too long ago in the House, I think it was in February or something, that Russia was still interfering and still attempting to hack our elections and all that. Donnie didn't like that, so go figure. He's going to resign because he's been asked to, and we're going to have another acting director. He loves that acting shit. I tweeted him today. Wrote to Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I asked him what happened to all the I know the best people shit. What happened to that crap? And because he ain't got nobody. Anyway, it's another day of bullshit stories like this one that he throws a hand grenade into, so we can all be pissed off about this while he slowly but surely dismantles this country, stone by stone, baby. And it just breaks your heart when you look at it. Anyway, ain't that right, Velda?
Yep.
That is true, baby. It's breaking my heart every damn day. How's your weekend go?
My weekend's gone fairly good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Do anything really productive or just chill out?
Big truck is gone.
Oh.
Little truck's in the shop.
No.
Yeah.
Can't have the big truck gone and the little truck in the shop.
The big truck paid for the little one to go in the shop.
Oh, well. Is the surgery going to cost a lot, or? But it's going to come out.
Worst case scenario, $4,000.
Oh, that's bad. Bad.
Best case scenario, about $1,500-1,800.
Well, we'll be hoping for the better than best case scenario.
Yeah, it's fuel injectors, and it's the fan for the air conditioning and the heater.
I can't believe my air conditioner is still holding on.
Oh, good.
J.D. Garza did a damn good job on that, and because we weren't expecting it to last just a weekend, and now we're
right.
It's all.
Well, mine still has the cold, but it doesn't have the fan to blow it, so my blower fan has gone out.
Oh, that ain't good. Got to have the fan to blow it on you.
Yeah, but that's only $500. That's good.
Well,
that's cheap.
Yeah. How you doing, Jen?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing fine, baby. We was afraid we weren't going to be able to go tonight. Didn't have no internet.
You know what I want to? I want to see Bill de Blasio call New York City's health department, seize the mayor, and get them to inspect Trump Tower for rats.
Oh, amen!
Yeah, and make a public announcement.
That's a great idea.
Awesome.
It sounds like an appropriate thing to do in the current situation.
FYI, they have had his Margot Largo has had the food inspectors go in there, find rat droppings, cockroaches, and other vermin in his Largo.
We did a show on that one time about him failing the for as much money as you're paying to get in that place, and you got to worry about is the food worth eating? Are you shitting me? Are you not going to get sick or some crap?
I guess he's infested.
Yeah, he's infested.
He's there all the time.
He's
we can
infested.
only hope and pray.
Trump Tower is loaded with rats. Donna Bonacosi told us. How you doing, darling? Glad to see you there, baby. Tell Fred happy birthday. It's Donna Bonacosi's husband, Fred's birthday. And so we want to wish Fred a happy birthday. Anyway, what's going on, Bernadette? I see you hiding over there.
I'm just listening. I'm so overwhelmed by the current events of the day.
I swear,
and
baby. It's enough to break your heart.
It's just unimaginable to watch fascism take hold in America.
Yes, and outright racism. You know, don't think
Outright.
this is outright. This is just in your face. That's how come he thinks he can get away with it, because it's in public. Oh, I'm not being an asshole because I'm doing it in front of everybody.
He plans on basing his re-election campaign on blatant racism.
Yes, that's how he started it. That's how he got elected the first time. Don't forget that. That's I truly believe that. He was elected on a wave of hatred of Obama that was carried over onto Hillary, you know, because she was his Secretary of State, and Bill Clinton's wife. Let's don't forget that. You know, it was a smear campaign against her, and look what they went in a ditch and elected this guy. You know.
The ironic thing is that him and the Clintons used to hang out together.
Oh, Donnie used to be a big Democrat. Donnie,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I believe is quoted as saying years and years ago that if he ever run, he would run on as a Republican because they would believe anything. Oh, and he if he did, you know, I can't swear to that's what I'll have to look that up because
I always
really I
question
want
that
to
quote.
that.
I question
wanna
that quote's
find it.
authenticity because when I went
I do
looking for
too,
the
but-
source, I could never find anything on it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
If anybody would say that would have
That
been
would be
Steve
him.
Bannon.
No,
That would have been
yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Bannon. Steve Bannon was dead set on electing a populist.
Yeah, and he still is. He's working
Yeah.
here and he's working over in Europe doing the same thing.
Yeah.
How about it, T.W. Travis? Are you in here, bud?
Yes, I am.
There
How
you
are
go,
you
bud.
guys?
Doing fine. How about you? Your weekend go all right?
Yeah, so far so good.
Well, so far, it ain't over with, right? Just hang tight,
Nope.
buddy. Hang tight.
I've heard some things on the internet, and I don't know if I can believe them yet. So we're just going to see what happens. I heard that they're actually starting impeachment proceedings.
Well, they're not proceedings. I don't think they've started proceedings yet, but they have started
No, it's inquiry.
a
Inquiry, yeah.
a pre-inquiry inquiry. I think
Inquiry.
is what, yeah.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah, they're
starting
finally
to
getting-
crack that. I think we're up to 105. I think I heard like a little while ago on the news that it was up to 105 Democrats now. Now, you know, we're starting to get towards 50%. Are agreeing to impeachment proceedings, or you know, are in favor of impeachment inquiry at least. Thank you. But the story, you know, that is still being kicked out there is, well, why are you going to go through impeachment? Because the Senate will not convict him. I don't give a shit. At some point, I think we have to be honest with ourselves as a country. Do our rules and do our laws mean anything? And does the Constitution really mean something? Or are we just playing this by ear,
That's the thing.
you know, calling it out balls and strikes depending on what party's in there or what kind of deal is being made by some backdoor shit? You know, the crimes that he has committed are now documented in a report. They've been testified in front of the House. You know, it's in the newspapers every damn day. He's a crook, and he tried to obstruct justice, and it's obvious that he is working, in my opinion, as a tool, as a Russian asset. You know, I don't see him working for us as nearly as hard as he is trying to sell us that Russia is the good guys in this whole shit, and that's bullshit.
To me, that's treason. That's treason.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody else would be treason.
Oh, if it would have been Obama saying these words, "Are you shitting me?" They would have nailed him to the cross and crucified him, buddy, all over the place. And Fox News would be on fire. Wouldn't be a Trumper out there wouldn't have a heart on right now, if it was the other way around. And I'm sorry, yeah, that's where I go. That's where I go.
You even heard the stuff. They even said Mitch McConnell is not. I guess some of the coal miners have black lung, and he's not supporting anything of that nature. So they're kind of ticked off about that.
Mitch McConnell is not doing anything. He has killed just about every damn bill that has come to the Senate floor. The only thing they're doing is approving judges. That's the only work Mitch
That's
McConnell.
what they said. They said.
Yeah.
100 bills.
100 bills there? Sitting, and some of that is crucial. Some of them pertain to our voting rights and protecting.
3 of them.
3, but to protect our voting system. Are you shitting me? Mitch McConnell is going to sit on those and get as close to 2020, you know, to forces. That's what's pitiful, baby, is because we can obviously see this shit, that we have people within our own government, Mitch McConnell, that are working to empower people like Russia. And I have no doubt if they're going to invite Russia into this shit, they're going to invite North Korea. They got a big computer hacking business going on over there. No telling what Prince Slice and Dice over in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is going to get in. You know, there's
Mitch
deals.
McConnell gets paid by the voting machine lobbyists.
Yeah,
he gets a lot of money from them.
Yeah, well, guess what, baby? You know, that's what's concerned me more than ever. Is the closer we get to the election.
And they already know that if they pass those kinds of bills, the Republicans know that if they pass those kinds of bills, that's going to benefit the Democrats.
Yes, yeah, because the Republicans can't stand it if the rules are followed. If there's no cheating, if there's not, that's what the Republicans count on. Lie, cheat, steal, and go as far as to sell out their country to Russia, in my opinion, in order to further their career, their agenda, their little slice of pie that they got. That's disgusting. Any other time in our history, the only other time this shit happened was during McCarthy. During the McCarthy era was this kind of tactic used. Not until now. Not until Donnie has brought it back, baby. You know, he's accusing those that accuse him of being racist as being racist. Well, of course he's going to accuse you of doing whatever he's doing.
Oh, John, that is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Yes.
That you call people who are calling you racist a racist.
Well, you're calling me racist? Well, you know that's a racist comment right there, and I'm offended by that. Are you shitting me? No. Everybody in this country knows he's a racist asshole. And when he tries to turn that around, it's just another selling point that he can give to his little minions, and they believe that because it allows them to accept their own behavior as normal or as something that is justified in some stupid freaking way that their screwed up head sees fit. You know, Mama every once in a while shows me one of these damn videos. They got one now that's, I don't know what it is, some dancing grandma who just sits there and dances and praises Trump. I guess she's trying to sing or something, but the whole time Marsha's over there just kind of laughing her ass off. But I'm looking at her because that lady's serious. She has drank the Kool-Aid, ate the whatever. Baby, she is ate up with Trump. And it just, it's, I don't know, dancing grandma or some shit like that.
A little Jim Jones there, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No need to give advertisement.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Go by there. I don't know if you could find her. You'd think the same thing I would. That lady needs to be slapped. They need a law like that. They need a law. Not me. I wouldn't slap her, but I'd send another lady up. You know she needs slapping. Yes, well, okay, ma'am. Go over there and slap her for me, please. That's what I do. Yes, ma'am, Bernadette.
What this man is doing is very dangerous. There was an article over the weekend that came out, and I think this event happened last week, just prior to the weekend, where 3 young arms-toting white gentlemen were standing in front of the Emmett Till Memorial.
Oh, darling.
And it had been vandalized again, and that kind of thing.
Yes.
That's what he's provoking.
Yes.
And it's going to get to the point where it's not just a picture.
That memorializes.
It's not just a picture that they've taken in front of a memorial. That was a 14-year-old
child that was beat to death by a mob on the charge that he whistled at a white woman. And that was enough to provoke that crowd to kill him.
And years later,
brutally.
She came forth and said
he didn't do that. It was a mob
Yet
mentality.
He lost his life. He was beaten to the point where his mother had an open casket so the nation could see what these people had done to her son.
Yes, and I can hear the passion in your voice, Bernadette.
It
should
me.
upset all of us, because that's what I mean. We're never going to get rid of it because some cockroach down somewhere or up somewhere, they're all over the country, is teaching his child, the same hatred and bigoted and racist crap. And that's what it ends up being, some picture in front of a memorial to a child who should never have died in the first place.
When I was a child,
racist bullshit.
Our house got burned down by the community that we lived in, simply because we were the only black family in that community.
Baby, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Because it's a nasty face that puts on our nation. You know.
So all of the recent events bring back a whole lot of memories.
Oh, baby, I'm sure. I'm sure. I cannot imagine. Maestro and I talk about this at times. The difference, how the feelings go between a white man, a white guy of privilege, and that's exactly what it is. If you don't understand that, then there's a problem you have, and somebody of color, and it's a different mentality. It's a different mindset. It's a different paradigm that they look through and view the world, and it breaks my heart, and it should break everybody's heart. You know, and those that do feel it are the people. That's what I talk about all through our history, from every part of our history. There has always been a certain percentage of our population that were willing to stand up to fight for the rights of all of us. And it's a continuous fight ever since this country was founded. And we can be no different than those that went before us. You know, if we give up on the rights of every one of us, then we give up on the rights on for yourself. You know, you can't claim them if you can't claim them for all of us.
You know?
That's right, baby. That's right. You know, but I digress. Speaking of what was I talking about? I'm sorry. I looked at the chat and there it went right out of my hat. Bill Jones, Sarge Tech. Oh, he's saying exactly. Sarge Tech said something and Bill Jones is going exactly. So whatever Sarge Tech said, I'm sorry, people. I looked over and got distracted.
We were talking about 105 Democrats supporting impeachment hearing.
We're getting closer.
What concerns me about all that is that even if the Congress does vote for impeachment, I cannot read anywhere in the Constitution where it is required that the Senate take it up as a trial.
No.
The Constitution gives the Senate the sole power to hold that trial. But it does not say the Senate is required.
No. Mitch McConnell could sit on it just by himself. But that, to me, it's getting to the.
That would scream cover up.
Yeah.
No, but that wouldn't stop the articles of impeachment to be drawn up in the first place.
He can be impeached.
Which I think is something that needs to be done.
The House is who impeaches.
I agree, Bernadette.
The House
is who impeaches. It's an indictment on his ass.
That's right. The impeachment itself, it is a separate tool than the Senate's hearings on the impeachment, if it rises to the level of criminal acts. The House, Clinton was impeached. Remember that. Okay, Clinton was fully impeached, but the Senate did not convict him of anything, and he went on to win a second term and all that stuff. But Clinton was impeached. It's the same thing here. It's the House that impeaches. To hell with whatever the Senate is going to do. But
that would be a mark on his record.
That's right.
And he could go into the election being an impeached president.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. And it's not.
And then all the Democrats would have to do is, I don't know, pick up a couple 100,000 people to vote who don't currently vote now, because there's 100 million people in this country that don't vote.
There is a
if the Senate does take it up and convicts him, their only recourse is removal from office. No charges past that, unless the Attorney General files them beyond. The only recourse, the only punishment for the Senate guilty verdict is removal from office.
The question in my mind, I had to look away for just a second. The question in my mind is bothers me that the political discussion on whether to impeach it or not is even being had. I don't think at this point that through all this investigation, Mr. Mueller's investigation, and the crimes that it points out, and the lies that they told and his cabinet, his campaign told, and it's not a question of, well, is it good politically? To hell with the political part of it. It is the responsibility of Congress. It shall, have oversight. It shall do shit. It shall. It's not like, what the hell? If it's not relevant in this case, when will it ever be? And if we don't stand our ground here on this shit, what's the next president or anybody else, or Donnie getting another 4 or 6 or 10 or 20 years because they can manipulate shit? It's that kind of shit that bothers me.
And he's looking to do that. He is seriously looking to do that.
Yeah, because he's thinking he's going to just be able to sign a presidential order, and I'm in here for life.
Yeah. He'd love that shit. Hey, I got a question before I carry on here. Jerry Watson, is this the same Jerry Watson been with me forever?
His mic is off.
His mic is muted. Jerry, I'm trying to remember where Jerry lives. He lives somewhere. I remember where it's cold up in, I don't want to say Kansas or somewhere. Anyway, it's the same one. John, it's Jerry from Baltimore, Maryland. There you go. I'm sorry, buddy.
Is that rat-infested Baltimore?
That's it, the rat-infested Baltimore. I'm sure he's pretty happy living there and finding out that Donnie's out there trashing his home. And we also
I'd love to hear what Jerry has to say.
Yeah, Jerry, get your mic unmuted and we'll listen to it, baby, because I'm sure you're not happy. And we want to say hello to Dan Cunningham. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well, Big John. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy. Hanging on. Got to start this week over, buddy. Here comes Monday. It's coming around the corner. Got to start this shit over.
Right around the corner. Hey, I just wanted to I want to let you and the family know that I have decided to be an activist for Bernie in northern Wisconsin throughout the 2020 election and all progressive candidates. And I started a Facebook page titled Northern Wisconsin for Bernie.
Northern Wisconsin for Bernie.
You got Northern Wisconsin for Bernie 2020. I'm hoping to connect with other progressives, possibly hook up and get some, turn the northern part of Wisconsin and the nation, hopefully, blue.
Yeah. There you go.
And so, there you go.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
Getting on the ground and doing something, that's what we love to hear
that's
here.
What it takes.
Yeah, that's what it takes. Use your voice, use your vote. Interact with other people, get involved in a campaign. It's the best thing. Always remember, though, if your man ain't up there at the end, well, you fall in line behind, vote blue no matter who. Didn't you put that on a...
Yeah, we can get to that in a minute, though.
Okay. Travis did some new work. Get behind Bernie or whatever candidate that you have that you believe in. Get behind them wholeheartedly right now. Right up until the next debates, where some of them are going to peel off, baby, and that's when it's all going to start going into seeing if we can all come together without too much infighting to get your candidate, up there at the top spot, baby. Bernie's
Dan, which office do you work out of?
We lost Dan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, and I was like, "What's wrong? You all right?" Like. Oh man, that's funny.
Too much tea.
No, not that kind of bathroom break. Apparently he had something fly up his nose like a bug or something. I'm gonna have to go look at the tapes to make sure what happened there.
I had to blow my nose. Shit like that. Oh look, John can't hold it no more.
Oh, you could just pick it, John.
That's right, baby. That's right. I didn't want to sit here and snuff. I could just feel a little. I don't know.
You can pick your friends. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
That's right. You cannot pick your friend's nose, baby. Keep away from that.
My father
shit.
always told me.
That's it. Got to keep it clean. Anyway, I'm sorry I had to immediately jump up, and I didn't want to do that in front of everybody. I'm not that rude.
Well, I mean, we're all pretty much family now, so I mean, I'm pretty sure it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
we are, baby. We are.
Are you wearing britches tonight, Big John?
I am I'm wearing my shorts. That's close enough. I've got britches. I've got britches
Hey,
on.
man,
But
John Wayne wore shorts. Nothing under him. But he wore shorts.
No, just shorts. Ain't pretty, but Mama puts up with them. And a little toothpicks looking out there, looking at that. I used to, well, we all used to look like something else. I didn't always look like this, but.
Everybody in chat, if you're naked while watching the chat,
That's it. I'm imagining everybody is out there. They're just
please type the number 1.
Yeah, put number 1.
I am gonna laugh if I see more than 5 ones out there.
There you go. If you're sitting around in your underwear, put a 1 in the comments.
Because I mean, there's probably at least one person out there, but
that's a 2 if you're underwear and have a beer in your hand.
Oh, that was Jen Morgan. That doesn't count.
And there's Jen Morgan. Put a 3 if you got a beer in one hand and joint in the other, and you're sitting there in your underwear.
There's 2 ones.
There, David Robinson. There you go, buddy. Me and David, I love that guy. I just David, I'm telling you, you and your wife Sally were such a joy to meet, and I can't wait to meet y'all again. I wish y'all were my neighbors. We'd do the same thing every night we did that night. We'd do it every night, damn it.
I wish we had a lot of our Blue Dots as neighbors. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Our neighborhood sucks.
Well, no shit.
I might try my truck out on a test drive.
Hey.
Hey, Deborah Gerlach, how are you doing, baby? I see you out there. I do love you. Dave was just a kick. Dave gave me my first ride in an
Uber.
I experienced what it was like to be Ubered.
That was
Did you give him a tip?
Well, I don't know. I didn't pay for it, but Sally did it.
Oh, okay.
Sally showed me the whole thing, how she does it on her phone and gives the tip. And the guy knows that she's a tipper because evidently before she tipped, so she's got a record.
Shout out to Lone Wolf for 1 and a bud.
1 and a bud. There you go, buddy. Travis packaged up the book. Monday it goes out the door. I'm sorry I'm late on that. I'm late on every damn thing I do, but the book got...
Sarge Tech is like a gajillion ones.
Hey, Sarge, buddy, you're cooking good there, buddy.
That means that Sarge.
We got a lot of people sitting around and
took a shower and shit.
There you go.
There you go. Buddy.
Everything.
Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear. You're right, Porky. You are right. That's Miss Tirebite.
That just started a funny conversation.
Yeah. I think. I don't know.
Do jammies count?
Jammies count, baby. Jammies count.
All right, there's a 1.
There you go. Put it up there. Let them know. Let them know how you're feeling tonight. Let it all just hang out there.
Jammies and a nice tea.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Got my tea and my sarong.
You're sarong. Good.
Yes,
Good.
I'm an island girl at heart.
There
okay.
You go, baby. There you go.
You know the thing about sarongs, Bernadette?
They're not so
On
wrong.
some people, they're so wrong.
They're so wrong.
You're right, but I'm not one of those people.
There
okay?
you go, baby. There you go. There you go. That's right. Let them know that that's right, baby. Anyway.
When is a sarong a sarite?
On me.
There you go, baby. I love that. I've said that forever. A lot of people have heard me say this. I'm not making it up. You know what looks good on a woman? I've said it for years. Confidence. I love to see that confident feeling. That you can see it in them if they're confident in who they are. That's the most beautiful thing I can ever see in a woman, I think. Just be confident in who you are, baby. Be proud of who you are.
As a gutter rat, I was thinking.
Hey, but I bet you's the best gutter rat around, right? Was there a better gutter rat, Jen?
I infest for dollars.
There you go, baby.
Hey,
there you go.
hey,
That means
you're
good enough to make money at it, baby. That means you're good enough to make money at it.
And do you know that Baltimore, that particular district that this man talked about, is the second most affluent black district in America.
Oh, he left that part out, didn't he?
The median wage of that district, $50,000 something a year.
Yeah. I've seen, parts of Baltimore. Are you shitting me? Fort McHenry right there. The waterfront is beautiful. The skyline is gorgeous. Baltimore, it's got a big aquarium there too, doesn't it? has a lot to
Where
offer.
our nation's anthem was written.
Yes, where the Star Spangled Banner.
That
That's
same
where.
place. Do you think that he would know that?
Yeah,
Hell no.
no, and he wouldn't care.
I think they even have a football team.
Yeah, that's where Francis Scott Key was in the Baltimore harbor, watching Fort McHenry get bombed when he wrote that poem that became our national anthem. And I always remind people.
You mean the national anthem that he doesn't know the words to?
That's the one, Bernadette, baby. That's the one. One he just hums a little bit, and but our national anthem ends in a question, and we always need to remember that our national anthem is asking, is it still the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Is it? Yeah, that's a
that
good
question is asked every time you hear that song. It's the end of it. It's asking our future generations, are we holding up to our end of the deal? And I like to think that this Blue Dot family and those that are on the liberal side of all this shit are the ones that are still trying to fight for it, are the guardians of liberty, as Mousy Clark would say. We are the guardians of liberty, and I'm proud of that, baby. I said it the other day. I put out a little thing on my Facebook that if a man is determined, his character is judged by the company he keeps. When I'm standing with the Blue Dot family, I feel mighty damn good, and I'm proud of that. So.
We were not the yellers at the kids getting on buses and walking into school some years ago.
No.
That wasn't us.
No, that wasn't us, baby. We are part of that cloth that has been born throughout this country by those that have taken up the cause for all of us, in whatever form that took at the time. Whether it was trying to smuggle slaves out of the South, whether it was the people that showed up by the buses during the civil rights marches in the South, to the people that stand in the street for gay rights or for the right for gay marriage, right up till today. And we've gone through every ethnic immigrant story, from the Irish. We didn't get out the Irish. We don't want them, and now it's or the Germans or whatever it was. At the time when that immigrant was coming into this country, the resistance against that was there. But there were people that fought against that shit. That's us, baby. That's all of us. That's the people we come from. Anyway, that's what I think.
That's you think good. And the one thing I wanted to add is I've never really understood. I've never been able to wrap my head around racism or discrimination, because I always picture that it could be my kids, it could be my grandkids. I can't. It's like we can't control the family that we're born into or the nation we're born in, and so it takes all of it out of. Why do we denigrate individuals based on? They didn't have a choice.
Yeah. And
so it's frustrating.
It is. I really, Martin Luther King Jr.'s quote on the content of a man's character. That is, I have taken that to heart of my whole life. Because
we certainly see the content of this man's character.
Yes, baby, we sure can. I'm glad you say that. Are you shitting me? You're pointing out somebody? I hope he can get that mic unmuted, because Randy Curvin's in the room, baby. Randy Curvin.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, Rantin' Randy. Rantin' Randy does. He turns on his camera, baby. He's loyal. He's persistent.
Yes, he does.
And like David Anderson, Leo Sahaki, others, we do this because we are involved and because we care. So Randy, I see your mic is muted, buddy. I hope you're there. Come on,
Big John, I wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I wanted to add. Before Randy gets on here. By the way, I enjoy Randy's videos. I got turned on to him from you.
Good.
And Leo's are very cool too and very good. I'm going to be doing mine on that Facebook page for Northern Wisconsin for Bernie Sanders 2020. Good. I'm going to show my ugly mug on there and start doing a little ranting myself.
I have blazed the trail. You cannot be any uglier than me, so have at it.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, you can. I am.
I don't think
it's on. We're on. I got a 6-pack of beer that I am, but ultimately, But ultimately, what I'm thinking about doing, Big John and Travis and everyone else, is I'm thinking about doing more of, like for instance, talking about Social Security and really straightening out that issue for people to understand. Many individuals think that they're stealing from Social Security. They're not stealing from Social Security. And so I'm kind of maybe thinking about ranting in a different way, kind of going into a little progressive messaging type.
You go into what turns I always say when I do my rants, they come from my heart. They come from the anger in me, or they come out of my mouth. There's nothing written down. And if you're speaking about something you care about, it comes out of you. You know what to say. You know the way it makes you feel, and the way you're trying to direct that feeling towards others, so that they might understand or agree with you, or how it is. But man, I'm encouraged like hell, that. Dan. I encourage everybody.
Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for your stuff, man. Seriously.
Yeah,
I'm going to be doing.
If I see it, baby, I'll share.
Travis for a few weeks?
As Leo would say, share that shit, and I will, buddy. If you put it up there, I will share.
Can I borrow Travis for a couple weeks?
You bet your ass. Ship him off, buddy. You might have to fight his girlfriend for a little bit, but
probs. Really quick, I finally heard Randy. Randy, how you doing?
Randy.
Oh, pretty good, y'all.
I'm glad you're there, buddy. Doing? I'm doing fine. Ranting Randy, does his rants on YouTube and on Facebook, just like I do, and I'm tickled to death. And Randy provides a lot of information and a lot of encouragement. So we're glad to have it.
Yeah, I do my best though. When I get like you, John, I get pissed.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, it comes right from the heart more than it does from the notes.
Yeah. Yeah, I jot down notes down there to try to remind myself to stay within the guidelines here. This is what I want to talk about.
You get too heated, you can forget.
Yeah,
you
get into the discussion, and that's when it comes out of you. That's when the real Randy or the real Dan will come out, and mine came out, and now that's it, baby. The Pandora's box been opened up, but I'm proud of where I stand in this fight, and that is like gold, baby.
All this brings up a very interesting thing that me and Dad have been talking about. It's something we've wanted to do for a while. It's not set in stone yet because we're still working out, because we're planning on making our own official website, which is going to fix a lot of things. But one of the things we're going to do, and we're still ironing out the details, is for anybody who does rants or videos or has a story they want to share to the Blue Dot family, we're thinking once a week live or something, we're going to be showing clips or entire videos of other Blue Dots out there to get their name out there and have other people can easily find them, because we're trying to expand not only ourselves but everybody else out there, because there's so many people with things to say. We only can cover so much, and there's people who need to be heard.
And on my Facebook, sometimes if somebody posts something on there, it may get buried. I'd have to go way down my timeline to find it, because there's a lot of stuff that ends up on my timeline. But
so we're hoping, and within, I don't know, it depends on when we can afford the web domain and all that.
Yeah,
but
I want to get a web domain so we can go to www.bluedot in Texas, and you can do everything right there. Upload a video or a story or whatever.
We're going to have emails set up to where basically you can send us a YouTube link or a Facebook link, and then I'll download it and I'll cut it to a video of other Blue Dots, and we'll probably do it once a week or something.
Even if it's a short one saying howdy ho.
Yeah, exactly. We're hoping to do a lot because we want more interaction with you guys, because this live environment that we're all in, it gets us closer, but I know we can get even closer to each other, so we want to share each other's voices out there. So
I always stress this is a we thing, baby.
Super chats.
Yeah.
See, Jen gets that so fast.
Oh, look at that. How do you do that, Jen, before I see it?
I'm an alien.
I mean,
you from that dango Area 51?
We're going to get Lone Wolf after your ass. We're going to find out about it. He's undercover. Sarge Tech donated $5 through Super Chat, saying, putting my money where my mouth is. I want to start a domino effect. Thank you, John Hartz. Buddy, I appreciate it so much. And David Robertson, my buddy, donated $5 through Super Chat, and big Blue Dot there, bub. I appreciate that tremendously.
Thank you both.
Thank you both. Like I say, it's my new tagline. It keeps the lights on, baby. It pays the internet bill and keeps us on the air. So we appreciate it tremendously. But we're not above working for it. And Travis has been doing some work, so it's a good time to show him what you did.
Oh, is it gonna be time?
Well,
now remember, we're gonna do this.
We
the way
appreciate
we
the
rehearsed.
donations. If there's another way you want to try to support the show, and it's buying a T-shirt, Travis has several new designs he had, and I'll let him.
Wrong button. So
Wrong
okay,
button, of
I'll
course.
click,
Okay.
and you tell me what you think it is.
All right.
This is gonna be like a psychological
Okay.
exercise.
What does this
here.
look like to you?
Here
It
we
looks
go.
like this blue dot votes blue no matter who. Oh, that's a new slogan. Blue dot. This blue dot votes blue no matter who. I hope you can see that on your screen. That's one of Travis's new ones, and you can get that on an apron. What is that? An apron over there? Oh no, that's a T-top.
Nice.
It's
That's
a T-top.
It's like a
I've never
Looks like
heard
an apron
T-top
on it.
before.
tank top. Tank top.
There you go.
Yeah, go.
And then this is a revision of one of our older shirts. So we used to have a proud member of the Blue Dot family. It had a blue dot and a star in it. Well, I feel like we've all gotten way closer over the years. So we decided to put a heart in there, and it still has the slogan, proud member
of the
Blue Dot family.
So you can get that. Oh, there
Oh,
it
yeah,
is,
there we
in
go. I
bigger
can bring it
one.
a little bit closer there.
And I'm waiting
What's
on the one.
do you got sizes for us extra large corn and
got your-
beef fed?
Oh, yeah,
we
absolutely.
got you, baby. We
It's
got
every
size.
size and every, most shirts have every color you can think of. You can not only get it in
Yeah.
T-shirts, by the way, you can also, like for example, we got them in coffee mugs, tank tops,
Ooh,
and stickers.
and a sticker.
So, and also, I know Dad's been waiting for this one.
Yes. Put it up there.
Yeah, put it up there.
There it is. The Picasso of the Resistance. There is Thomas Morgan's drawing of me, one of the earlier ones that he first did when he was watching me, and I just love this guy's work. And it says a blue dot in Texas.
By Thomas
by
Morgan.
Thomas
the
Morgan,
Picasso of the Resistance.
The Picasso of the Resistance. And I hope he's out there watching tonight. I love this guy's style, and every one of his drawings. You really have to study it. Some of them are obvious. You can see who is who. Others you have to dig deep. And as a matter of fact, speaking of such, I didn't bring him in here.
What? Oh, the new ones?
Yeah, I posted them on Facebook. I got a new batch of cards from Thomas Morgan,
Wait, really quick before you go any further, because this needs to be clear, because the website for these shirts and stuff are in the description. But before you think about doing anything, use the promo code IMPEACH at checkout, and you'll get 10% off your order.
So if you buy a T-shirt, when you go to checkout, punch in the code IMPEACH, and you'll get a 10% discount.
Yes.
Right there. Ain't that some shit? We even got a promo code.
And that lasts until the first.
That's some shit. I'm shitting in hot cotton over here, maybe. We done progressed. I love this shit, baby. This family has grown. I can't believe it.
Yeah. So basically, use that IMPEACH code, and that lasts until the 1st of next month. So you don't have to do it tonight, and it won't be the last time that we're doing promo codes and all that.
There's my original one. Are you shitting me with me?
Oh yeah, there's still that one.
That's the one Dave was wearing in front of the White House, baby.
And also got this Winnie the Pooh parody shirt and the Legend of El Kabong, or AKA
El Kabong.
Yeah, I love these shirts.
Quick draw, McGraw.
I want to see Jenny kicking Donnie's ass.
Yeah, that's in the works. Me and Rose have a few in the works, including of a certain blue dot doing the Naruto run.
Oh, are you? We're getting close to that.
Yes, I'm getting really close to finishing the video, but we'll also
when he said a week, I was thinking to myself, your ass hurts. You ain't gonna get that done in a week. I knew it when you said it, but it's coming along, and I think it'll be well worth the wait.
Yes, it will be. So, but anyways,
May I read something out of the chat?
Yes, please do.
Buddy Davis in the chat says, I really enjoy the rants of Brother Randy. He, John, Leo, Bo, Richard, and the growing list of others. Alert! I am going to begin Buddy Speaks the Truth within the next couple of weeks.
Oh, Buddy, baby.
Yes.
Buddy,
Wow,
and Buddy's got a voice, too.
Right.
I've talked to Buddy on the phone several times. I enjoy it very much. He's on the ball, baby, and he's got an opinion, and it sounds like me. He's an old veteran, just like me, And so yeah, baby, he falls right in there. I hope so, buddy. I hope, I encourage, like I say it all the time, I encourage anybody. It's the most powerful things we have is our voice and our vote, baby. And when we get in the street in mass, we are a power to be reckoned with. It's enough to bend this country in any direction that we want to take it. But it's imperative that we have participation amongst all of us, baby. And so, man, Buddy Davis, I'm just so proud of that. Dan Cunningham opening.
A lot of this is about messaging, and the more you can amplify the message, the more minds you can open. The more hearts you can appeal to, and so the more the merrier.
That's exactly what we. I was on Bob Kincaid's show this past Friday just for a little bit because I had some other things I had to do, but I love that it's the voice of I don't want to say rural America. Of course, I'm out in rural area. Bob's in rural area. What's that?
I was going to say, you guys, everybody that takes up a mic that gets on there and is doing this are the voice of reason and the voice of freedom.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Voice of freedom.
I'm the voice of freedom.
Everybody is.
They all are. We all are, baby. Yes, we
Guardians
are, baby.
Of liberty.
We are the guardians of liberty. And I keep that right there on my desk to remind me every day.
And it's important that everybody takes part because even if you change one mind to go out and vote, that's one more vote in every vote.
Rose Taylor.
Right
Rose Taylor was so tickled to death. She, and I was tickled to death for her. She posted a little video, if I'm not mistaken, of somebody that I think she converted. That they were a Republican who has now turned their back and gone to the light. And turned from the dark side.
I love her interviews. They're great.
Yes, and so yeah, it's little things. It could be as simple as a conversation, or as big as a protest in the middle of the street. If you let that little light shine, that blue light shine, that you are somebody who stands on the right side of history, and that you will not put up with racism, misogynistic, or homophobic, or any of that shit. That you stand with all Americans. It gives you a confident feeling, and I want everybody to experience that. I want everybody to feel confident in the fact that you are on the right side of this history, baby.
Really quick, do we have Jerry in here?
Jerry?
Yes.
Yes.
There he is.
There we go.
How you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing fine now that I figured out how to get this thing to work. You wouldn't think that I work with computers and networks all day. When I get home to my stuff, I can't figure it out.
That's it. That's the way it all goes, baby. That's the old saying. A welder never has a barbecue pit. Every one he builds, he sells. So he ain't never got nothing to cook in.
Right.
Yes,
right.
it's always the.
But hey, to enter my 2 cents worth in.
Get it in there, baby.
Our traitor president.
Mm-hmm.
He can go to hell. Talk about my city like that.
I mean to tell you, thank you so much for
He's
saying
lower
that.
than the scum of the earth.
I like the way the Baltimore Sun told him. It says better to live with the vermin than to be the vermin, and that's what he is. But
that's perfect.
We all have to stand up for Baltimore because he'd pick any one of our cities, if it served his purpose.
Well, it's like this.
He's actually more of a parasite.
The nukes get dropped, he has to come through Baltimore to escape.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true.
That's very true. You're very close up there.
And we won't let him in.
There you go. Don't want his kind in your neighborhood, buddy.
He stinks too much.
Yeah, he stinks. Looks what he's done up there in Washington. He's filled the swamp up there. So.
But you know what?
What?
I'm going to take that back.
Oh, you're going to invite him?
To Baltimore City Jail.
There you go. That'd be a good place for him. That'd be a good place.
Let's see how he likes those rats and vermins up in there. It's from the 1800s?
if IP is done and deals with, then will ever be found in any city in this country. And a more venomous rat, one that seeks to destroy the whole nation. We can all put out a rat trap and catch that rat. This one here, the one that's living in our house, the ones that's trying to take apart this country and everything that it's ever meant for. Yeah, we are the rat trap, baby. We are the rat trap.
A slithery pile of slime.
Honestly, just a couple more things, and I won't hog the conversation.
This is your town, baby.
Should be more on replacing Republicans, because between Trump, Mitch McConnell, and that other one from Kentucky,
Rand Paul, yeah.
Rand Paul, yeah. They sold out to Mother Russia, and
along with Lindsey Graham.
It does not have to be declared, because we're in the longest war against terrorism. But Russia, that's treason.
Yeah, this man committed treason.
I'm an African American, but let me tell you something. The only thing I want from Russia is vodka.
Yeah, there you go. They do make good vodka. You know,
else.
you got to give them credit where credit's due. But no, I don't want Russian oligarch system brought to America. But have no doubt that's exactly what Trump is trying to do, create an oligarch system. He can't find nobody, though, because everybody always either resigns in protest or gets kicked out because they got caught doing something. You know.
Speaking of resigning, Dan Coates is resigning in the middle of August.
That's something. There's
and
another
he's
one.
Replacing him with Raskin from the House.
Yeah.
Who's another sycophant.
A congressman that he knows. Yeah. So Dan Coates, and
Which they're going to make just an acting director again.
Yeah, another acting director.
Yes.
You know, everybody's, it flies in the face of, I know all the best people. Yeah, you know them, and they're doing their best to stay the hell away from your ass.
The thing about Raskin going in as the director is that that position, another position in the federal government, will become politicized for this idiot.
Yeah. I've always said if you work in this administration, you got an asterisk next to your name. Don't, think you're going to go out thinking, I was the director of, I was secretary of this, that, or the other. Yeah, with an asterisk next to your ass saying that you work for Trump, which negates damn near everything you ever did in your life.
He's not going to go into this position with any kind of open mind about telling the president the truth.
No. He's in there
and
going
giving
in
him
like the rest
truth.
of them. He's going in there as a yes man. Yes sir, boss. Yes sir, boss. Whatever you say, boss. That's what it is with Donnie.
The fact that they vote for Trump makes them a yes man and a traitor to our country.
To me, it does. I'm sorry.
One of
some guy made a comment on my YouTube, and I he said some bullshit, so I said some bullshit back to him. If you come on my shit and say something, I'll say it back. And anyway, so he hit me back with, I'm a veteran and I served my country. How can you talk to me like that? And I told him, kiss my ass. You think you're the only veteran in this conversation? No. I'm the veteran that didn't give up his oath, that didn't turn his back on his oath and support a draft-dodging coward, lying con man, and let him in my house.
15 minutes into the show,
there
too.
You go, so
was that the first F-bomb in an hour?
I guess so.
Yes, it was.
Pat ourselves on the back,
came out on mine. Yeah,
I've been trying to hold my tongue.
Green room,
in the green room, please.
That's gonna do it.
Semi-clean, because Trump has just ruined everything. It used to be you had to have some kind of. Just one other thing. I'd like to thank Travis, your son, for the excellent job that he.
Page, so we can all have an actual, www.shit.
We just need to we just got a lot of groundwork because we want to continue improving. We want to continue growing. We could probably sit here and do these live streams forever and be okay, but I like the idea of improving and growing and taking others with us.
Tell Anthony.
You got to go beyond just the little chat room.
Yeah.
When you get interviewed by MSNBC for being the blue dot leader.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm waiting on that, baby. I'm waiting on that phone call. Mr. Ridevo, we'd like to talk